Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shitshow. Bum 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 bum. So I hope you will continue to pray to the God of Peter Dislike for me. I've been feeling very shitty. That's why I called it a Peter Shitshow today. So why don't you join me in swinging your dislike finger, but this time say the Peter Shitshow because I've been feeling really shitty as of late. Yesterday, I actually vomited and almost got into a significant altercation. I'll talk about that in a moment. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum. So I've been living here in Phoenix for 2.5 years, and I've had a lot of difficulty with networking with people. And what really sucks is that I also have a dream job here in Phoenix. I wouldn't say it's the dream job, but it's one of the least toxic jobs that I've ever taken. And just a couple weeks ago, I was interviewing for another job in another city. And I remember thinking to myself that taking this other job is still going to be a gamble. There's no guarantee that I'm going to have the same kind of conditions again. And there's also no guarantee that I'll have any better luck making connections over there either, right? So it's just a very rotten situation altogether. It does help that I continue to stay young, right? Earlier today, I was talking to a friend of mine who's going to help me go on a blind date, and he wondered if we should post my age on his meetup event because and I wondered that too, right? Because people don't believe how old I am oftentimes, right? To give you an idea of how young I look for my age, one time, this was a few years ago, but even still, one time I was talking to a girl that I had met online, and I was joking to her about using a fake ID. And the reason I joked about that was I told her I was only 17 years old, and we were talking about voting for. This was when Hillary was running against Donald Trump, and I accidentally told her about going to vote, and she was like, "Aren't you too young to vote?" I'm like, "A fake ID," and I showed her my actual ID. I was 29, 30 years old at the time. And she didn't believe it. She didn't believe that was my real ID. She thought it really was a fake ID. And I explained that I sometimes like to travel to other countries where you have to be 25 in order to drink, and she believed that. She believed I was actually 17, and the ID that said I was 29 was the fake one. And anyway, but I've been having a lot of difficulty with connecting with people here in the Phoenix area, but at the same time, leaving is its own set of can of worms because I have a relatively dream job, and also the few connections I do have, I don't want to give up either. And there's never a guarantee that the next time I pull the slot machine, it will actually be the right one, right? So that's the trickiest part of it. Now, if that weren't bad enough, I started to get physically sick about this year. It started with just minor chest pains, only when I'm lonely, right? Only when I'm in bed, I would get chest pains thinking about this. But lately, the chest pain has came with me to the office as well. And yesterday, I could hardly eat. Even my favorite comfort foods don't do it anymore. They taste like cardboard, and they make my stomach turn. Yesterday, I had just eaten some of my favorite comfort foods, and my stomach started to turn. And I'm trying to distract myself from that. Now, I was in a part of town yesterday where gas is a lot cheaper, and I decided I have to fill up my car, right? I go to the gas station. It's 7, 8 o'clock. It's dark here in Phoenix at 7, 8 o'clock. And I get out of the car to pump gas, and the smell of the gas made me even more sick. Normally it doesn't, but ever since I've had this heartache feeling, my sense of smell has gone up like 10, 20 times. It's crazy. Um, and there could be like a dog pooping over there, and I could smell it these days. Not that it would bother me, but I was already sick, and I was pumping gas. I was trying to just survive the trip to the gas station, and this homeless guy starts putting his arms into this trash can at the gas pump. I don't know why. It's outside, just next to a gas pump. I don't know what he expects to find in there, right? And I tell him, could you please wait till I'm done pumping gas? I'm feeling a little queasy because I'm sick. I might have COVID. Could you please just give me 2 minutes? And he ignores me. And so I turn away to not look at it. And I knew it wasn't COVID. I only said COVID because I thought it might scare him to go away. But I looked away, and then next thing I knew, I really needed to vomit. And so instinctively, I ran toward the trash can, and I said, excuse me, excuse me. I pushed him away, and I vomited into the trash can. And he shouted the most obscenities I've ever heard in a couple of seconds. Just flew out of his mouth. And he thought I did it out of spite. I didn't. I really was grossed out of my mind. And I very quickly, hastily put the gas pump back onto the wall and put the gas cap on, and I sped away because I thought he was gonna kill me after what I had done. Think about it. You're hungry. You're digging through the trash, looking for anything that you can eat. Next thing you know, somebody tells you they have COVID, and then they vomit at you. Right? He could have killed me for that. I really think he could have. But unfortunately, I used to be able to put the heartache away when I left the bedroom. Unfortunately, these last couple of weeks, I haven't even been able to do that. It follows me to the gas station, to my meals, to my workplace, and it will probably follow me even when I do go on a date, right? That's the trend of things lately. I've really royally fucked over my life from waiting so long to address some of these things. This is the Peter Shitshow. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shitshow. Bum 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 bum.